we're continuing to be each other's biggest cheerleaders and to remind each other that we are God's highest form of creation and that it is natural for our identity to be doing well in all areas of our lives. Yesterday, I read that if you ask 80% of population whether or not they think they are lovable, guess what? All of them will reply negative. So for me, the most sad part is when I witness how that only job that mind has and that is to make your subconscious programs real works in day-to-day life. For example, I know two awesome young people who unfortunately came from background where there was uncertainty and fear and wrong beliefs of unworthiness around love, and they both, son and daughter, attracted abusive partners without even being aware what's happening behind the scenes. So for people who grew up till their age 7, seeing something that's not normal as normal, they will find all those who are not in alignment with their wound boring. I also know many people who simply was never attracted to those who are not causing in them that hormone of stress to work, simply because for them and for their unregulated nervous system, what's awesome and good is boring. And it's sad how people are not even aware what they're doing to themselves. And even more sad is that they are continuing the cycle on their own offspring. And it will continue to run as a program in the lineage as long as someone, through the grace of God, don't get the mission and recognize the assignment and the mission and do the work. One more story I wanted to share is I found one awesome young man who is great in his coaching, and he was speaking about how he immediately, I had that always, and he immediately in his soul knows when something is right and acts on it right away. No second guessings, no allowing the thinking to interfere. He also says that all the books that you read are useless if you don't apply them, if you don't fully embody them and apply them. They are just noise. And the story is awesome because he now has many great places, because he has financial and location freedom. And when he was in one of awesome places at Bali, his mom sent him a drawing that is still on their fridge, literally the same drawing of the place where he was at the moment. So imagine, and he said that he made that when he was 3 years old. So immediately my subconscious, which is now, because I am in the work and practice of knowing how the inner world and mind work, immediately I connected the dots about that I was speaking to you in one of previous episodes about that work that I did in my school when I was 7 years old, and that work was it was form of a short story. The subject was about the dream, and I won the highest and the best ratings in my class, and it was published in the local newspaper. But the dream was, and that dream is still vivid in my head, and I'll connect you how it gave me yesterday the answer to some question that I was pondering about, and how everything is connected, and how our thoughts aren't our thoughts, and we are constantly downloading. The question is, are you downloading good or bad stuff? That is in direct correlation whether or not you are living from a primal state of being, from collective consciousness, or you are live streaming from the higher state of consciousness and from the divine state of being. So as he made drawing of his now life when he was only 3, that's how I had literally the vision, and my dream was about flying above everything. I just thought that that dream is just about flying and seeing the bigger picture, but it was actually, I now know that my subconscious even that then knew that I will manage to break the cycles, all cycles of previous conditionings and primal state of being, and step into the higher state of consciousness. So that flying was my mind even then giving me full vision about where I'm about to be in this age. Back to how I got the answer. So I immediately, when he was saying that story about Bali and his mom sending him his drawing from the fridge that she still is keeping, my mind immediately found the file and gave me, here is your story. That's the first. Second, yesterday I was reading something and watching something about Nikola Tesla, whom I adore, and I saw some page of some man who is from our country. When I entered to his page, I saw him in some form of like new private, those small sports planes, and he was above the place that gave me answer for something that's personally important to me. So I mean, what you should do, higher self and God and universe are never helping you when you're coming from a place of a beggar. Higher self, universe, God, life itself always immediately reply as soon as you know how to realign, readjust, recalibrate, and put yourself into the receivership. We're always like the powerful antenna. We ourselves are signals. That's why someone's energy isn't good for you. That's why you are attracted to some people, repelled by others, and so on and so forth, because they, as you, have their own strong signal. That's why after years of marriage or being in a friendship with someone, you can literally sense them or know what they're doing or know how they are feeling, and so on and so forth. Everything is interconnected. Literally everything. So you can't be simultaneously in a collective consciousness state of being and in a higher state of consciousness state of being. How do you know where you are? Is by the things that you are receiving. People who are constantly in a lower state of being, in a collective state of consciousness, they are most of the time broadcasting all those unpleasant thoughts. Therefore, they are having feelings that doesn't feel so good. Therefore, they are having actions and results that are also unpleasant, and they wonder why they're in a place where they are. Well, simply because they don't know how to realign, readjust, recalibrate themselves, and to put themselves in a better feeling place and in a higher state of consciousness. How do you do that? I said, first and foremost, stop blaming others. Responsibility is the key. As soon as you cut the game of blame through the cutting the tree of blame, you are in charge and in control of your own vehicle and where the vehicle is. Mind has one and only job, and that's to make your program real. If your programs about health, wealth, love, happiness, whole life success, all the best that life has to offer are wrong, and you got unwanted hardware till the age of 7, there's some work to be done. 30 days is necessary to rewire the wrong belief. If it was in your life for ages, there will probably be needed even longer than 30 days, but approximately about 30 to 40 days for one wrong unwanted belief, regardless of the subject. You are always, Einstein said that the definition of the field, energy, and the spirit are the same, and that if people would and could and have the desire to spiritual world, see more and connect more as a scientific world, everything would be easier, because spirit and science are interconnected, and spirit is even more powerful, because we all know that just spiritual beings having physical experiences. What's the best definition of spirited field? That's the unseen forces always influencing your physical world. You know the feeling, you know what I'm speaking about. If you lived long enough, and even if you're young and you're listening this, you know when the feeling is the feeling. That's unseen forces, spirit field influencing your physical world, and that is happening all the time. As I said, the power that created you, God, knows how many hair you have on your head, and every step is guided. You're always at the right place doing the right thing according to his vision of all-seeing eye, whether or not you should be here or there in this moment. So all of you who are here at this moment, that's also not random. That means that some of these words will be beneficial for you and will help you to navigate and to have shortcuts through my hard-earned wisdom. And also that's called reality creation. Reality creation isn't for people who are not brave. This is only for those who have courage. Why? Because real courage is, as I did, and what this is giving it a shot, even if I fail, because the price of failure is less painful than the price of regret. As I said, I was called to do this and to speak the word of all-seeing eye and infinite intelligence. And if I didn't do that, I know that I would be ashamed once when my time here is over. I couldn't afford that luxury for myself. And because I am brave, I am here witnessing more and more awesome words of empowerment, gratitude, appreciation, and all that good stuff. Even if that wasn't the case, I would continue. But thank you for the awesome feedback and for resonating with the story and with the message. So, anyways, this is not for those who are not really brave and courageous. Why? Reality creation requires from you to be in a constant state of uncertainty. That's the luxury that most of people can't afford to themselves. Why? Because they are not brave. In the nature of the human is to seek and to hold on to the certainty. But the most paradoxic thing is that holding on to the certainty is the cause of all stresses in people's life. Why? Because you can't hold onto anything. Try to hold on to your relationship. Try to squeeze and to have control over your spouse, over your employees, over your, I don't know, family members, whatever it is. They will subconsciously feel it and they will resist it. So people seek certainty, but certainty is not promised. And that's the reason for every stress. We all want security, but security isn't guaranteed. And that's why reality creation is only for the brave people, for courageous people, because those are the people who are always in a state of flow, no matter what's being presented to them in the moment. They're okay with success and failure. They are okay with this or that. Simply they are in an unbothered state of being where they are knowing and feeling, and that's what you should aim for. I'm okay either way. So either someone loves you or not, either you get the goal or success or more money at your job or dream life, dream car, dream house, this or that, all that from physical reality. You're good either way, with it or without it. And that's the ultimate goal. That's the reality creation. That's what means being certain in uncertainty. Everyone seeks certainty and they want to be certain in job, but nothing is certain, nothing is promised, and nothing is secure. I mean, imagine what can happen. And I think that the more people hold on and grasp, the more they are faced with the challenges in certain area. But when you are confident, when you know that you're prize, when you are no longer ready to settle for less, that's when I said you have that laser focus on the target. That's when you are never again in previous version of yourself with gratitude and appreciation, because your previous self would do better if it knew better. You are till the rest of your life your 2.0 version of the self, it can only be given you above, as I said, the 200 on the emotional scale. That's where the magic begins to happen, and that's when you are propelled to the heights you couldn't even dream of. And that's the reward for being brave and being I'm good either way, no matter what happens. Your partner wants a divorce, I'm good either way. Your business fails, I'm good either way. You got sick, I'm good either way. Why? Because none of those problems are here to stay. They are just form of God testing you, how you will approach all problems and issues and challenges are here to pass, not to stay. And how you are holding on yourself, and whether you are or not you are I'm good either way, that's the proximity of the rewards that you will receive. What's your job? Your job is to adjust the vehicle, to be prepared, and to always stay appreciative of all the blessings that were given to you. I think that when Florence Scovel Shinn was asked how to beat the darkness, she said, "You are not beating it. You so get used to it that you eventually begin to see through it." That's the goal. Not putting resistance to what is, but being so comfortable and powerful in the midst of all that is going on that you begin to see through it. That's why all great minds said that the cure for pain is through pain, and that the solution to everything is through it, not avoiding it. But most of people are avoiding it. I told you that it's insane that 80% of people, when you ask them whether or not you feel loved and lovable, will say that they don't. So what's that? That's a core program of being unworthy and unloved and unlovable till the age of 7, nothing else. The only goal that mind is to make your beliefs and your life coherent. So if something that has been presented in your life and in your reality now isn't as you prefer, the goal that you have is to change the program. Change the program, put new hardware, put new, how you call that were used to be listened on those old machines, record, like a record circle, record, and then you put that and it produces music. Your job is none of us it's none of us faults that we came with wrong hardware and with wrong beliefs, but it's your responsibility to locate, recognize, and rewrite the story. It's never too late. As I said, you owe that to your future family and your future generations. Also, what's good is to be more creative. What puts you most in a state of flow. That's why this form of interaction is so powerful. I am speaking and I'm connected to the flow while I'm speaking and downloading, and you are, while you are listening, disconnected from your chatter of your mind. in the same way works when you are creative. That puts you in a state of flow. Making some awesome meal, working on some painting, also state of flow, having some resistance training in a form of physical, harder workout. I don't know, doing something in your garden, in your backyard, everything where your hands and your body is included will subside your programs that are, since you open your eyes, trying to win you over. Please, your mornings are the most important, as well as those 5 to 10 minutes before you went to sleep. If you are in the morning opening your eyes and immediately stepping into the rat race, you lost your shit. But if you take your time to readjust, reconnect, recalibrate, you won your morning, your day, and eventually through that repetition, because everything in life is repetition, you won week, you won month, you won years, and you won in life. Don't allow the outside world to dictate those most important period of the day. And as Bashar said, when everyone in audience left, and I like to practice that, always during the day follow the next most exciting thing. If your innermost self says, let's take a walk, do it. Immediately do it. No matter if it's raining, if it's hot, do it. There is a reason why you got that signal. If your innermost self says, I'm hungry, go something to eat. If it says, I'm tired, I want to sleep, immediately leave everything else that you are working on and go to sleep. If your higher innermost self says, we should do that, do this, help this person, do it. Do it. The best feeling you can give to yourself is to do for others what you want more to have in your life. Give your time, give love, help someone, make someone else feel good, and you will be blessed and rewarded without even putting any more effort. So always be aware that you are me now, of all these you, me portals, channels, TV, you yourself like one TV. If the program that you plugged in isn't what you want, please change the script inside and start broadcasting something that's more and more and more pleasant for you and for those who are affected by you. Never ask and beg from a place of not having. You will continue to beg and ask and not have forever. Thanks in advance. Express gratitude and appreciation, because what? It's done. It's done. It's done. It has already been done. If it's not yet in your physical world, ignore the reality. Observe less, imagine more, because there is a buffer period, echo period, until the complete previous self and previous wave of thinking subsides, and your new, complete new reality is your day-to-day life. That's why it is important to always be in charge of your mind. Take care of your mind like your mind depends on it, because it does. As your results now are results of your previous thinking, that's how your thinking today is creating your results tomorrow. I wish you to deeply understand and apply this. It might seem like it's complicated, but trust me, it's not. Your soul is your subconscious, and your soul knows the way. Ignore your eyes. Your eyes are just tools for seeing, for sight. Pay attention more to your heart. Your heart was presented, and your heart had been given your vision even when you were a small child. So don't think that this is woo-woo shit, because it's much more powerful than any one of us could even imagine. They did the research recently, and I even watched the Bruce Lipton in latest Lewis Howes show, where he says how even the stress and all that BS has been transmuted to the fetus inside of mother's body through mother's blood. So please don't, those are very, very important things, and the more you know and the more you learn, the better you and your loved ones will live and flow and move through this journey. Find one thing that you so wish to rewire and reprogram and rewrite, and one by one, day by day, baby steps, as if it's already happening. If you're coming from a weight and I'll behave and I'll do this or that, when you will do it? Never. It's like that donkey with the carrot, never getting the carrot. And also, most important, do the action. All the knowledge and all your learning and your knowing is without your action useless, because while you are exploring the roots, someone else is picking the fruits. Love you so much. Have an awesome weekend, and we'll continue to chit chat more. Bye.